What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Medical Mondays. I am sorry I have been slacking it, but now NBA finals are over. Vacation is over. Back into it. So I want to talk about something that happened over the last few weeks. Here's a clip.
So LeBron James supposedly played with a broken hand after Game 1 because he punched a whiteboard.
LeBron James, $100 million contract, injures his hand after Game 1 punching a whiteboard. If you ask any ER physician, any urgent care physician, any orthopedic surgeon, the first thing that comes to their mind when you hear of somebody punching somebody else or somebody hitting an immovable object like a wall or a whiteboard, they think boxer's fracture. Now, boxer's fracture is actually a fracture of either the fourth or fifth metacarpal. So that's these two bones right here of the fist. And boxer's fracture is kind of a misnomer because boxers and professional fighters usually don't get this because they know how to fight. They punch straight. Now, usually, other people that don't know how to fight will have some roundhouse type punch like this, or punch a wall, or punch an object, and what they do is they hit the wall or the object with these two knuckles. And that causes force to travel down these two bones right here and breaks one or the other. So what LeBron James probably did, he got back to the locker room, all pissed off at J.R. Smith. He lashed out, punched a whiteboard, an immovable object, probably attached to a wall, and he hurt his hand. Now, in the post-game conferences, he said, oh, it's basically broken. But was it really broken? I'm going to tell you that it wasn't broken, and this is why. Number one, post-game conference, LeBron James comes to the conference in a quote-unquote cast.
Out to the press conference with a cast on your hand. Where was it?
They were calling it a cast on Sports Center and all Bleacher Report, everything like that, but it wasn't actually a cast. If you look closely, you can see that his hand in his wrist is actually moving in the cast that they put on him.
When everybody and their grandmother knows you had virtually nothing to play with, that you were a lone ranger all by yourself against four all-stars and the greatest team of this, the greatest team in the world right now, and a reigning two-time defending NBA champions. Now
this looks like just a pre-wrap with a metacarpal brace. Now, a normal cast, a real cast for a fracture of your fourth or fifth metacarpal joints is called an ulnar gutter splint. And what that does is it immobilizes the two fingers down the hand and also the wrist. You don't want to be moving the wrist because that also causes movement of the metacarpal bones in the hand. Now, another way we immobilize these fractures is called a Galveston splint. And a Galveston splint immobilizes the fourth and fifth fingers of the hand as well as the wrist, so you're not moving it. So if you look at the video again, you can see that LeBron James is clearly moving the wrist, clearly moving the fingers, can clearly grab things such as his hat or his towel with that hand. So usually in these cases, the hand's not fractured 95% of the time. Another reason is that LeBron James is one of the best players of basketball in the world, arguably the best. I'm not going to argue that. What I'm going to tell you is that the medical facilities available to these NBA players is absolutely second to none. LeBron James likely got an MRI right after he punched the wall, then again 2 or 3 times over the next week or so, looking at the hand and the progression of the hand. The doctors would know if the hand was fractured. And if the hand was fractured, they likely would have put him in a cast right away and told him, sit 1 or 2 games out, you're not playing anymore. Because of the fact that if you allow these players to play, what they can do is they can significantly break the bones to the point where they can damage the muscles, they could damage arteries, they could damage nerves, and then they would lose function of the fingers and lose function of the hand. Now, playing basketball, that is a huge, huge problem. So I have a hard time thinking that if LeBron James had an actual fracture, a $100 million contract, they would tell him, hey, it's okay, you just play. If you damage your hand for life, well, it's not a big deal. Doctors definitely would not have done that. So that also shows that this was not a fracture. Lastly, any high-end athlete or any athlete knows in general, if they get injured and they go to the doctor, they're going to get a diagnosis right away, especially an NBA player, and especially an NBA player at the level of LeBron James. As soon as he got x-rays, as soon as he got MRI, he would have multiple physicians, multiple orthopedic surgeons looking at them, recommending treatment, telling him what had happened. So in order for LeBron James to say that his hand was basically broken, suggests that the doctors told him that his hand was not broken. If it was broken, he would have known, he would have said, my hand was broken. Saying basically broken is pretty much saying that I was dumb enough to punch a whiteboard, I got a bone bruise, my hand was a little bit swollen, but I'm going to pretend like it was broken so I have an excuse for losing games 2 through 4. Now, that's not to say LeBron wasn't in a significant amount of pain. On one of the videos you could see during the game, LeBron James comes, sits on the bench, and reaches for his towel. Now you can see as he reaches for his towel, he has his pinky extended straight.
To hide it from the Warriors, look, you may have known Stephen A., but no one was reporting this at the time.
This is a sign that there was significant pain in the pinky and in the hand during the games, because when you are involved in a game, you sit down, you go to wipe your head with a towel, you don't reflexively stick your pinky out like SpongeBob and Patrick trying to be fancy. It doesn't happen that way. So you can tell that he was in a significant amount of pain, did not want to bend that finger during the game. So what actually happened to his hand? Well, what actually probably happened is when he hit the whiteboard, what he suffered from was a contusion or a bruise. Now, that bruise could be in the bone itself, or that bruise could be in the muscles and soft tissues around the hand. Here you can see in other game pictures from games 2 through 4, his hand starts to swell up more and more and more. Now, contusions of bones can mimic broken bones. They feel just as painful as some broken bones. However, they're not broken. So having the excuse of saying, oh, well, my hand was basically broken, doesn't work, bro. All other medicine aside, you're a $100 million contracted NBA player. You're arguably the best player in the world. You have a chance of winning the NBA Finals, and you blow that entire chance punching a whiteboard because you cannot control your anger. That's just unprofessional. And in my opinion, you deserve to lose that series, man. I'm a Kings fan, by the way. Born and raised in Sacramento, so I got no dog in this fight. Thank you for watching Medical Mondays. I appreciate it. We're going to be back next week talking about CBD. I hope you guys have a great week. Thank you.